Right around 7:30 Sunday morning, 98.5 KLUC. Good morning. I'm John Moug, and this is our weekly community affairs program. Usually we talk to different nonprofit organizations, but the idea here is to talk to organizations that are helping out the community. And this week we're going to talk to Nevada State Bank, and we have Ryan. Am I saying it right? Suken and Sandi from Nevada State Bank, and you guys are like the marketing geniuses of the Nevada State Bank. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
And you guys are trying to hook up some schools with some cash.
We are. We're very excited about that. Ryan, tell them about the 30K.
It's what is it? The Nevada State Bank 30K giveaway?
Yeah, that's right. For the past 2 years now, we've done a school donation campaign where we kind of open it up to public education students, teachers, administrators, and their friends and family. They just have to visit our Facebook page, vote for their school, and the winner will win money.
And in this case, it's 30K.
30K, and we divide the prize money amongst four schools. First place this year will get $12,000. Second place will get $8,000. Third place will get $5,000. And we also have an elementary school winner this year, and that's another $5,000.
Oh, okay. So what is it, like 2 high schools, a middle school, and?
It really could be anything. It could be 3 high schools, 3 middle schools, 3 elementary schools. It's just depending on how many people are voting for those schools. So the top voting schools, last year we had 2 high schools and a middle school. So it really depends.
So the chance for these schools to win their share, I guess you would say, of the $30,000 is all kind of dependent on the students and their voting? Yeah,
definitely. It's really a chance for the students to rally their school, the parents, the teachers. They really get together. We had a lot of involvement in the community last year with the students. They were calling around their neighborhoods and making sure everyone was voting. They put posters and flyers up at their schools. They had their websites where they posted blogs. It was just really outstanding what these kids do, and we were kind of surprised last year because it was our first time, and we didn't know what to expect.
And so this time around has been a little bit bigger, or what?
I think it's just as big as it was last year. We've gotten a lot of support from schools that may not have participated last year, and they didn't really hear about it last year, and this year they jumped on the bandwagon. So I think this year it was we kind of spread the message of the 30K giveaway even further than we did last year.
Okay, so I remember being a part of this last year at Clark High School. Were they the grand prize winners last year?
Clark was the first place winners.
Okay, first place winners. Okay, yeah. So you're not calling it a grand. It's a first place winner, and they won what, like $10,000 or something?
Yeah, they won $10,000, and we surprised them. They had an assembly that was meant to be for Nevada Day, but what it was really meant for was for us to surprise them with their prize check, and we came with balloons and our oversized check, and Dallas Hahn, our president and CEO, came and he spoke, and I was there, and the whole marketing team was there, and the kids just went wild.
And KLUC was there.
Yeah, KLUC was there,
and we were there. I was there that day. It was pretty cool, and it's cool to see. It's cool to see them get excited about helping their school, because it's not like they were all getting $5 to take home and put in their pockets necessarily. They were helping out their school, which is pretty exciting, because I'm thinking when I was in school, I think the kids that went to my school would have been like, I don't care, I'm not getting any of this money. You know what I mean?
It was great participation from the school. I mean, they put up posters in the hallway. The administration got behind the whole campaign, and they would go on and do the announcements and say, all right, it's time to vote. Make sure you go and vote today. Make sure you go and vote for Clark or whomever. And they really that was really interesting to us to see how the schools latched on and really made it a part of their community, sending it home to the parents and making it part of their sort of daily routine for the 8 weeks.
So could they go and vote every single day, or?
Yeah, they were allowed to vote once a day, every single day for 8 weeks. They just had to have a valid Facebook account and log in and cast their vote.
Okay. So let me ask, what has prompted this? What made you guys want to get involved in this, in the schools necessarily?
We got into social media a couple of years ago, back in 2010, and we realized that this is a great channel for us to communicate with our audience, with the core member of the community, and we wanted to really sort of use these channels, use Facebook and Twitter and all these social media channels to really give back to the community. And that was the biggest thing for us, is how do we take what we have and give something back to the community and make it fun and entertaining in the process. And that's really sort of where this came about, was just, in a brainstorming, how do we give back and how do we make this a great thing for education? We're big proponents of education and supporting that in the state. And this is just a fantastic way for us to develop our channels of communication, but also giving back to the community.
So, sorry, it looked like you were going to say something over there, Sandy.
Oh, I was just going to add, that's really what we use social media for, is to talk with our community. So we had to figure out a way to develop the channel and open it up to people. So by giving back to education, which is so desperately in need of funding, was a perfect way. Plus it fits our top cause, which is to help education in our communities. So, right. And this way it's statewide too.
And that amount of money can help a lot.
Yeah, something that was kind of a little bit kind of shocking and interesting to see, but last year we had kids posting pictures from their classrooms and showing, there's a ceiling tile that's missing, or they're showing pictures of their broken textbooks and things like that. And it's like, it kind of hits you, and it's like, wow, there is really this sort of lack of funding for education. And it's nice to see that we can help out, in this kind of a entertaining, kind of fun way to give back to the community and get people involved. And it's nice to see people rallying around, their schools and seeing how much support they could gather.
Well, it's interesting that you mentioned the broken textbooks and the missing ceiling tiles and things like that. I specifically remember, it must have been third grade, that I learned what the word obsolete meant because, and I don't know why anybody would do this, they stamped it in the back of our textbook. I don't remember what kind of textbook it was, but it was like a science book or something like that. And they stamped the word obsolete in the back of the book. And everybody was like, what's this stamp? When we got the textbooks at the beginning of the year. And the teacher was like, oh, well, obsolete means that this information may or may not mean anything to us anymore, or whatever her specific definition of it was. But it was kind of a sad way to learn what obsolete was, to find out that our textbook was obsolete information. But this is great in a world, and especially here in Clark County, it's not a secret that programs are being cut, left and right. I was in the music programs when I was in high school at El Dorado, and this is not that long ago. I graduated in 2004, and the music programs were huge then when I left. And I found out it was this year, I found out either they weren't going to do any sort of band like they cut band altogether, or there was like 8 volunteer kids and like the choir teacher was teaching band or something like that. I don't know the whole situation because I haven't been over there because it's kind of far from me logistically now, But it's really sad to hear these things. 10 years ago there was 150 kids in these programs, and now there's nobody. And sometimes it's a lack of interest, I guess, and then sometimes it's definitely a lack of money. And that's why it's great to have programs like this, and it's great that Nevada State Bank gets involved. This is a real local banking system. It's not like, we were just talking about this off the air. I'm like, I know that you guys are attached to Zion's Bank, which is a Utah bank, but what's the connection there? You're like, no, we're completely separate. Everything about Nevada State Bank is here in Nevada, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, they're a parent company. But you made a good point, and I think, Ryan, we followed up with the schools last year to see what they did with the money, to see how they used it. And I think, do you remember Canarelli did some challenge day things?
Yeah, the schools kind of they use the money that would benefit the school overall in the best way, not just certain programs. So for our second place winner, Canarelli, they had a what's called Challenge Day, which is kind of a type of anti-bullying program, something where the kids can really open up and prevent bullying, which is a big issue in schools today. Clark High School, they voted democratically to decide
They're good at that.
to decide what they wanted to use the money for, and they actually split it up amongst a couple different things. I think some of the music programs traveled. They had a science competition they went to, and then East Tech, East Career and Technical Academy, they use theirs for what they call a Tighten Up program, which is kind of a student mentoring program that they use for their student leaders to help the underclassmen. So it was really impressive to see how they would use the money, and I think they used the money in the maximum way they could.
And both East Tech and Clark, those are both magnet schools, right? What's Clark's magnet program?
I don't know.
I
don't
forget.
know.
Rancho is the
Science.
aviation school, and Clark is. I should know this because
I want to say Clark is. I think they have a finance program.
Yeah, I want to say it was something related to math. They have a lot.
Math
I
and
thought they had
science,
several
yeah.
programs
Yeah.
at Clark, so I couldn't outline just one.
well, fail that we don't know. Once again, talking to Ryan, Suken, and Sandi from Nevada State Bank on 98.5 KLUC. We're talking about the 30,000. Well, what are you calling it? The 30K giveaway is the official name.
Yes.
And what is it this week that you guys are awarding the money?
We are.
Yeah.
We're packing up the prize vans, and we're heading out and delivering some big checks to schools this week. So we're very excited.
Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. We're
Yes.
very busy.
Well, and these guys that we're talking to right now are great actors. If you go to youtube.com/Nevada State Bank, you can see them at their finest. And there's actually some funny videos. What's the video with the bleeping out?
It's a kind of a funny video that we did. We're having a conversation about who the winners of this year's school donation 30K giveaway is, and we're saying them, but there's a little bleep over what we're saying, so you can't really tell who the winners are, and we're trying to leave that until Tuesday when we award our first winner. We want to keep it a surprise. Right.
Well, the explanation obviously isn't that funny, but if you go and watch the video, it's actually pretty. It's
Nice.
funny. YouTube.com/Nevada State Bank, and then while you're on the internet, you might as well go like Nevada State Bank on Facebook, and you could find out more about the 30K
Giveaway.
Sorry, I'm like thinking ahead of time. So wait a minute, the bank received more than 42,900 votes from Clark County students, or
Everywhere. Across the country, some foreign countries.
There were like 5,000 schools you could vote for, right, throughout the state of Nevada, something like that? No?
800.
800? Sorry. 800.
That's a lot of schools.
It's 800 schools throughout the state of Nevada. We had over, like you said, almost 43,000 votes were cast for those schools this year, ranging from, up north, Elko area, all the way down here, to the Clark County School
Any
District.
public school.
Any public school in the state you could go on and vote for.
Oh, okay. So all the students are going on and voting. And,
Yep.
and then you're gonna this information that's in my hand right here. Are we talking about that? This isn't something that everybody can go out and see, obviously, because it's inside schools.
Right.
Right.
That's just for the media.
Okay. So the voting is done for now, for this year.
For this year, yep.
Yes.
So the schools are going to be awarded. You guys are going to give them the money, and then what happens next? And I know you guys like being involved in the community.
So we're going to get a bunch of pictures and video from the check presentations, and we're going to post those on our Facebook page and YouTube channels, so that way everybody knows who the winners are. And then, we'll follow up with the schools afterward, like we did last year, to see how they were using the funds to help their schools. And, some of them do some amazing things with the money that they win.
And you guys plan on doing this next year and year after year after year?
We're going to see. We have to kind of go through everything and make sure that we did it right. We were really hoping, we love that Clark County got a lot of votes, but we were really hoping maybe to make a trip north, too, at some point.
Oh, okay.
And get Northern Nevada involved as well. But
I think one way or another, we're committed to education, and we're committed to giving back. And so I think you're going to see us come out and definitely do something around education again. And maybe this morphs into something bigger and better and a little bit different. We'll sort of sit down after we get done and evaluate and see what we like and what we can improve on.
So how did this grow into this?
well,
Where did this come from? Because obviously last year was the first year. But what was it before that?
It wasn't. Our social media channel kind of became with our Facebook profile in the late 2011.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
So-
So we both, Ryan and I both started at the bank about a year and a half ago. So before that, we really hadn't developed the channels, and we hadn't done much around social media and sort of engaging that online community. And so that's where this promotion started last year with $20,000, and then we came back this year and put in another $10,000 and made it bigger and better.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's a great way, I guess, to get young people thinking about banking, obviously. No, I was saying off the air that my very first bank account ever was with Nevada State Bank, and it's good when you're young and you're in high school and you have a job to have a bank that you can go to and have somebody that you can sit down with locally, that isn't necessarily a huge national change. Like, you don't have to call somebody in New York City to talk to them about your account. You can go in and when you're young, you're lost and you don't know how to spend money. You just know that if I swipe this card, then I can buy anything I want. And that's
like my kids.
No, that's where I went wrong when I was 16. I spent more money than what was in my account.
Well, and to your point, and Sandi can touch upon this too, but we do a lot outside of just sort of this campaign. There's a lot of financial literacy things that we do.
Yeah, and Facebook is, if you like us on Facebook, that's where we have some of these conversations about what we're doing. We had just this last week Get Smart About Credit Day, which is actually an American Bankers Association program that we and other banks here in Nevada do, where we go into the schools and we teach the kids about credit. Because to what you said, it's that credit card or that debit card that you really can get in trouble with because you don't understand, you don't know what you're doing to your credit, which affects you, for years to come if you really mess up your credit early. So Get Smart About Credit talks about identity theft, how to check, if you've, had any fraud, because some people can get Social Security numbers and kids could have things going on before they're even out there creating a credit profile. So we teach them all kinds of things about identity theft and credit and banking and how to just keep your account balanced, which some adults need help with, but it's good to teach the kids that, and they're not getting that. That's a high school program that we do annually, and we have our own program called Banking on Your Future. And we have volunteers out there every week of the year teaching education on how to balance your checkbook and finance and understanding even how to be ready for a job interview.
Where can you get information on this?
On our website at nsbank.com.
nsbank.com.
You can search for Banking on Your Future. I think at the bottom there's a banner about how we can help you with financial literacy.
Yeah, I remember when I was younger, my stepdad was very like, I know, you guys are taking all this fun stuff in school. You should be taking budgeting classes and blah, blah, blah.
That's true.
The more practical stuff that you end up needing, right?
I'm like, no.
Yeah, you're like, if I wanted to sleep. but now.
It's so necessary. I've made it, and, I guess it's kind of part of life. I've made a lot of dumb, financial mistakes.
And you think about, we go back 10, 15 years and just, what students and kids have now, it's just the speed of information, right? You have your smartphone, they're looking stuff up on the internet, and it might not be the right information, it might not be correct. So it's helpful for us to sort of be in there face to face and giving them hopefully some guidance, and so they're not just Googling the wrong stuff and following some random person's advice, but we want to at least help them and put them on the right track and make sure they don't end up with credit issues in the future or card swiping issues later down the line.
Yeah, no, that's always awkward. And then I used to work in retail, and it was the most awkward thing when I would say, and I would try not to use the word declined. I wouldn't say a card was declined. I would say, for whatever reason, it's not approving your card. And I'm like, Well, and then they always are like, I have $10,000 in that account. I'm like, well, clearly.
Not that you can access at the moment.
Right. I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. This machine's not letting me, and I'm only as smart as my computer is. So,
right.
But so these obviously you offer these to young people. Is that available for adults too? The financial literacy programs.
We've looked into that. It's something we're exploring with some nonprofits and some schools. We have elementary schools that we partner with, and we're looking at doing some after-school parent classes where we talk about credit and fraud, because those are some things that people certainly get concerned about nowadays and that they can't get education necessarily at readily. Mm-hmm. So it's something we're working at doing them in Spanish as well, and some other different opportunities like that to translate the information. So we're working on it. But you can go online, and if you do, and even if you just send a request in, we can certainly explore it, because we do have multilingual teachers on staff that go out, and this is all volunteer. This is all bankers who have their regular job, but then they go out and volunteer in the community to do this kind of thing.
So once again, we're talking to Ryan, Suken, and Sandi. I don't know why I have to point at you guys each time. On 98.5 KLUC. They're from Nevada State Bank, and they're telling us about the 30K giveaway, which is they're giving $30,000 to Clark County schools. And this is this week, right? This coming week.
Yep.
So we talked a little bit about that. We talked a little bit about some of the financial literacy programs that you guys offer at Nevada State Bank. What other services? I know that Nevada State Bank is one of those kind of community-oriented things. So what other things around the year do you do? I mean, Christmas is coming up. Do you guys do anything Christmas time? Or is it...
Nice feed. We're a supporter of the KLUC Toy Drive.
Oh,
with Chet in the morning show. Absolutely, yes. I think this year we're the gift card sponsor. So every time people donate a gift card to the board there, we get to be cheering for that. And internally, we support it with all our colleagues. And actually, anybody could drop off toys at our branches, and we'll bring them to you guys over there on Sahara when you're up there. So.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
So the 98.5 KLUC Chet Buchanan in the Morning Zoo Toy Drive. You like that tie-in?
That's like the longest title ever, though.
It just rolled off your tongue.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I've said it like a million times in my life.
It's a good hashtag on Twitter, right?
Oh, yeah, 985 KLUC Chet Buchanan in the Morning Zoo Toy Drive. I think that's the entire 140
That's the whole
characters.
140 characters, right?
So good. So you're part of the toy drive, and that's obviously a fun time of year. That's always a lot of fun. It makes.
And we're also doing. We also benefit the Las Vegas Rescue Mission this time of year with a food drive.
Okay.
So we're doing canned food for that. We do denim drives. We do all kinds of food drives throughout the year. All of that information is something that we use our social media channels for, to kind of go back to what Suken and Ryan were saying about that. It's on Facebook. It's on Twitter. We talk about what we're doing and how you can come into the branches or donate online, whatever it is, or what's going on out there. We just walked last weekend, the Heart Walk. Raised over $21,000 for the American Heart Association with our team. So I think they had about 140 people walk in. Yeah. It was great. So our colleagues like to do that. They really like to know that they're a part of the community and they can get involved.
Yeah, I think we take a lot of pride in giving back. And I've worked at a few other places here in town, and it has never been like this. I've never been in an environment or a situation or a company where, there's a big focus on giving back. And that's great. It's kind of nice to see that it's just as important to do your hard work and be there, but then also to give some of your time and give back to the community.
Well, it's kind of cool seeing it come from a bank. Seeing you guys out physically in the community, instead of just a building.
Right.
But you guys have nice banks. They're always really nice.
Thank you.
Can you still go in there and can you take your change in there? And you guys had the free thing, like the Coinstar, but you guys had the free thing, or are those things gone?
They're not free, but there's a small fee.
Oh, okay. Maybe I shouldn't have asked that question.
No, that's all right. No, it's the coin stop machines in the branches where you can pour in your change.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've evolved. We have a mobile banking application now, so you can download that for your iPhone or your Android device, and you can do some of your banking on the go. And we're working on an iPad version of that, and we're exploring some other innovative things to do with the technology. And it's evolving. Everything is is moving pretty quickly, and we'll see what happens. There might be sort of a cashless society in the future, or we might not even have. Might be a mobile wallet where all your stuff is stored on your cell phone, and you just sort of tap your phone, or you just go and you can buy stuff right through your phone. You don't have to touch your wallet or anything. So it's kind of a great time to be in banking, and the technology side is really sort of coming to fruition, and we're seeing a lot of great things happening.
You said the word cashless society. I mean, we said goodbye to gold, obviously,
right?
Years and years ago. But it's there are more and more companies that are doing that. Like Starbucks has the thing where you just go by and you can. I'm sure. Actually, there's a wallet app I have for my iPhone that you can put your debit cards and everything in there. I think at some point, I mean, you guys work at a bank. Do you think that it's all going to be on the phone or what?
It's definitely going to evolve that direction.
Yeah, it'll be on a device. It could be your phone. It could be your tablet. It could be something that you take with you. But I think we're moving towards this. Where you don't have to reach in your pocket except for your phone, or you might already have it in your hand, and that's where. I think you see this evolution of technology and banking going.
Yeah, it's just weird. It really is. But the main reason we're talking to Nevada State Bank today is about the 30K giveaway. It's been a few minutes since we've really talked about that, and the whole idea is I mean, Nevada State Bank, you guys have recognized that things have changed, and I really don't like using the E word because it's sort of generic and cliche economy, but the economy, has taken its, dump, I guess you could say. And it's really cool to see you guys get involved with, local schools. I mean, last year, seeing the kids at Clark, seeing how excited they were when they won. You said that they won the top prize, which was the $10,000. seeing how excited the students got over that, and to think that their school got all this extra money. And I don't know how much money it costs to run a school, obviously, but it's got to be a very expensive endeavor. What do they say? It's like some ridiculous amount of per $1,000 per kid per school year, So I don't know the exact number on that. Do any of you? You're searching through your database up there. I can see your eyes moving around. But it's pretty cool to see a bank get involved directly with the schools like that. And that you guys are doing it again this year. So I guess we'll find out what schools it is this week.
Yeah, we're going to be announcing the winners via Twitter and Facebook. We'll be using the hashtag 30K giveaway. And if you're just following us, we'll be tweeting when we're out and about, getting ready to surprise the schools. I'll probably be taking some pictures from the schools, teasing it, seeing if people can kind of guess what school we're at. And then we'll be posting photos and videos.
Yes.
And then we'll have like a whole video montage after we've awarded all the checks.
Yeah, I get to drive the van.
The Nevada State Bank van?
No, it's just a rental.
Oh.
But we have like 15 people that we need to get in on the prize patrol,
It's a
and the
big
big
endeavor.
check and the helium tanks and the balloons.
It's like a
and,
clown car, us all piling out of this van.
Yeah.
So it's Nevada State Bank on Twitter, at Nevada State Bank.
At
Yeah,
Nevada
at
State
Nevada
I was
State
just
Bank.
searching for it, and that's really easy. At Nevada State Bank. I'm going to click the follow button right now.
Awesome.
At Nevada State Bank. And then Facebook is the same thing.
Yep, it's facebook.com/Nevada State Bank.
And we can go on there and like you guys and
Like us.
and get some of this valuable information. I didn't know that you guys were doing the financial literacy stuff and things like that. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, especially for young people, because, like I said, I made some dumb mistakes when I was in high school and having a bank account. I just thought I could swipe for anything. Apparently you can't. Apparently you can only spend how much you make.
Well, and think about
Yeah.
it nowadays. I mean, if you go over your limit and you haven't signed up for some kind of a backup account to cover that, then you start, you get declined, or you start incurring fees. So it's really important that kids understand what can happen.
That was the other thing that happened. They feed me for every item.
Yeah, you'll get in trouble that way.
Well, yeah, and it's the point. It's not that I was a victim in this case. It's that I don't want it to. I'm not trying to make it sound like that. It was that I was making mistakes.
You were the guy that said, well, let's just see if it goes through.
Yeah, I'm on a date, crossing my fingers. Come on, it's going to be really awkward if I have to ask her to pay. Come on, Visa, take this one, and we'll worry about the $35 charge later. So anyway, again, thank you guys so much. You can check out the social media channels. It's facebook.com/Nevada State Bank, twitter.com/Nevada State Bank, or at Nevada State Bank, I guess you should say. And the website is nsbank.com.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
I mean, we got a couple minutes. If there's anything else that you guys wanted to talk about while you're here, I don't want you guys to miss out on anything.
No, if they could, if you like us on Facebook and kind of join the conversation, we'll tell you about all the other good things that we're doing in the community year round. So as you mentioned, coming up the KLUC Toy Drive with Chet Buchanan in the Morning Zoo. So we'll be talking about that and collecting toys at the branches so people can participate even if they can't get out to see Chet. And then the food drive for canned food for Las Vegas Rescue Mission. And we're doing stuff in the north. But all that will be on the website or on the social media channels. So that's where you can really talk to us and find out what's going on.
And you guys respond on there.
We do.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like a living, breathing person almost coming from the bank.
We do. You're sitting across from them, and I mean, we take great pride in getting back to people that either say great things about us or even say negative things or have issues. We try and get back to them within 24 to 48 hours and make sure we resolve their problem, and that's key for us. I mean, we want to. We know that if you walk into a branch, you're going to get great service from us. When you walk into a branch, we want to provide that same level of service even through online channels.
Oh, that's really good. Thank you guys so much for coming in today. Again, I'm gonna pound these into your head. nsbank.com, twitter.com/Nevada State Bank, and facebook.com/Nevada State Bank. Yeah. Make sure you go and like them. You can get a bunch of valuable information. You can learn about everything that we talked about today. You can learn about the 30K giveaway, and we'll find out this week which schools won. Yeah. This is pretty exciting. So what day is this all happening, or is it throughout the week, I guess? You present at
3 days. We start on Tuesday. We've got one on Tuesday, one on Wednesday, and two on Thursday, the 25th. So by the end of the week, by Nevada Day holiday, everyone will have their piece of the 30K.
Very good.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for coming in, and I'm sure we'll speak again at some point. Well, we'll definitely see you before the 98.5 KLUC Chet Buchanan in the Morning Zoo Toy Drive.
Absolutely.
All right, guys.
Thank you.
98.5 KLUC.
Thank you,
8.5
John.
KLUC.
Thank you,
8.5
John.
KLUC.